and hi, Amanda.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Catherine.
Welcome back to season 3 episode. I have no idea. What the time? All right, cut.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Today is special, y'all. Okay, let me. I wish I could bring the mic down. We got Amanda's twin on the table. Fun fact, she's a twin. Okay, hi Samantha.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Samantha.
Why she sound so sweet? What?
Yeah, I know. I gotta come professional, honey. No, I can't. Nah, she's shadier at time 1,000 than me.
Nah, this is Samantha. What's your last name? You don't give people your last name?
Richard.
Okay.
Anisha.
This is Samantha Richard. Timothy Bien.
Yeah,
Everybody. Yeah, that's Amanda's twin. Present yourself. What do you do or what do you not do or whatever? What is it? How you want to be known out there?
Well, right now I'm a lady.
A lady? Duh.
No, like duh. It's obvious if you didn't know, but yeah. I'm currently on maternity leave. Raising my little boy. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, how old's your boy?
My little boy.
Yeah.
What about him?
How old is he?
3 months.
Oh, are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, he finally sleeps through the night now.
Yeah. New mommies. I feel like we need to have a mommy episode.
Yeah,
Because like all of you guys are having children,
doing grown
married,
things.
blah blah blah. You know, like you guys are old people now, but
Old?
still look young. Like you still manage to look young. Like in my age, I feel like when I was younger, when people have children, blah blah blah,
They're like,
I'm thinking they're gonna be like, I don't know,
old.
different, like old.
I
and
feel like
stuff.
late 40s.
But you guys are like relaxed. Like you guys are normal.
One day at a
What you
time.
mean
You guys, we gonna get to
I mean, the other people that I know who has kids or even married, like you guys are like children but married.
Oh boy,
You know,
there go
like,
Catherine with that children stuff again. We out here paying bills. I wish I was a child. How we are kids?
I don't know. You guys look like
We're
kids
just-
to me. In
we're
my
just-
head, you guys are like my age. You know, like I'm
But
a
we
child.
are your age.
I'm
We
a
like what, 2
child
years
though.
older?
Like
You're not no child.
I'm a child. Thank
How
you.
old your mom had you? You said last episode.
26.
Exactly. One more year.
One more year till I'm no longer a child. Nah, but seriously, I have a question for you guys since you guys are twins. Okay.
Oh Lord, my stomach boiling again.
Always.
Let me drink some water.
Always. Okay. Are you guys identical?
Yes.
Who's older?
I am Amanda.
Oh, really? I thought you were.
She actually, scientifically, she is older. But because my mom had a C-section, they pulled me out first. But if my mom had
would have
pushed,
been, I would have been older.
But God intended it.
Who looks
this
like
way.
who?
Samantha look like me. Amanda look like me. What question is that?
Nah, okay. Do you guys have like the same personalities or?
Yeah, it depends. When we're born, no. We like to agree on things, but it's yes and no. Yeah. I don't know. We're similar in a lot of things, but we're different in a lot of things. I don't even know how to put that into words.
Okay, so you guys are not the same person.
Nah,
Like, if I'm hanging out with you, it's not the same vibe as if I'm hanging out with
Ooh,
her.
child, no.
She's saying
You
no.
agree? No. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like you changed though. You're more out there. I was more out there. Yeah, that's true. I was more out there before, and she was more like, I want to sit to myself. I'm mama's daughter. I want to stay with my mom. But now it's just like, okay, mom, I see you. Now it's time for me to have fun. With me, I'm more like, I guess reserved. She did that. She did. We switched. Yeah. Samantha was more the outgoing, always a fez on me, always like, yo, you saw the lady. I never had that much friends. I still have friends. No, you had friends back in the day. She had cliques, and then that went sour. We're going there, we're going this. Where you gonna be at? But I feel like life took a turn, and she's like, bruh, like, I'm not about that life no more.
No more friends.
Where I got married earlier than her, and then it's like I got married with my man, and then we started a family, but we don't have kids yet. But it's like I was like, okay, apart from me being married, what is me? Yeah. So then I started hanging out with y'all, started having fun, and then I realized that woke you up.
Poor me.
I'm a child.
She's gonna wake this old ass
child again. There goes that child. We a whole bunch of child having fun. But it's like I literally see like, okay, what is Amanda like? Because I always feel like I was told what I was like, what I like. And then it's like when I actually had the opportunity, because I'm going to marry, I choose what I want to do. So it's like when I was younger, I couldn't go sleepovers. So now I'm married, I have a young husband, we both young and we doing it. Like, okay, okay, this is fun, y'all. Why did I not do this when I was a teenager? But I wasn't able to.
Yeah.
So that's what you could say that I changed. But I'm still the same person.
No.
But it's just, no, it's not no shade, no. But it's just like, I'm just saying, like, I find myself, like, it's like, I know what I like and I know what I don't like. Not what people told you, okay, pas fait ça, pas fait ci.
I understand. Yeah. You had to turn, why did you switch?
I think, like you said, experiences. Like I had friends. I had to put the "had" past. I have friends, and when I mean I was persecuted, like burn after burn after. I'm like, let me just remove myself. Like I was just being good, and then people were just being bad to me. I don't have luck with friends. I really don't. Like I be pouring 100,000%, and the people be giving me 1%. I'm like, I'm tired.
You pouring into the wrong pot.
Yeah.
I did, and then the thing is, like, and it wasn't like I went and said we no longer friends. I just like stopped checking on them, and I realized it was not.
Yeah.
It was in return. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Like whatever. Good. And after that, I was not.
You were
really
watering a lot of plants.
Yeah. Yo, I was like, they survived.
You
So they
started
got
the water, and then all the plants are
I'm
dead
like,
now.
no more water, and then I just stick to myself. Like I focus on the friendship that matter. I mean, well, my husband was my best friend at the time, so I cultivate that friendship. And well, yeah, we see what that fruit came out. But
You see the fruit, all right? 3 months old fruit.
but I'm just saying, like the friendship that matter is the one that I focus on. Like the other ones, I just stopped checking on them. I know probably some people be saying like that's not the Christian like value to do, but I was just tired being the person like going. It felt like
You felt like you were
draining.
drained.
I felt like that thirsty person chasing after friends.
Yeah,
It was annoying.
you
Like
feel
I'm
like that
always
thirsty friend.
like, let's say I'm calling Catherine. Like Catherine, how you doing? I'm good. I gotta go. Okay, you go. Then I'm calling Amanda. Amanda, how you doing? Yeah, girl. I just came from a party. It was lit. How come you went there? Like you invite me. And then it's like okay. And then after that, I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to work. Okay. I ain't hit that person in 3 months unless if it's me again checking on it. I'm tired of being the doctor. I'm like, I'm done. I was just like, whatever. So
You ain't got no degree to be a therapist though.
I did a lot of psychology classes now, but I'm not trying to be a psychologist with nobody. So I was like, it is what it is. Let me stick to myself, my family, and the friends that I have. I maintain them because it was vice versa. Like, I'm checking on you, you checking on me.
It was like a one-sided thing.
Yeah,
there was power of agreement in the friendship.
Exactly. Yes. So we agreed that we're gonna be friends. I'm putting 100%, you putting 100%, so we're gonna be friends forever. Okay. But if you put in 50% now, you finna get dropped. I mean, it is what it is. But that's why the switch happened, because I was pouring in too many people, and I guess we didn't have that agreement from the beginning.
Yeah. Finish that sentence. My twin is
Crazy.
Finish that sentence. My twin is
Thirsty.
Drink sip my water. I can't.
What you say thirsty for? That's the first one that came into your head.
We're gonna let them fight. What the brand is, we're gonna let them fight. Back. So today our topic is gonna be we're gonna continue with our relationship series. We already did our disclaimer. We're not the best relationship people out there, but we're learning and we feel like it's important to share these things as well. And a lot of our people got married and didn't do these steps, and then after they're married, they're like, we should have done this and that. So, and then some people did do it and they're like, it saved us a lot of drama because we did it before, you know? Yeah. And then Samantha's the newlywed, I could say, right?
Yeah.
A year, 2?
A year and a half.
Okay, a year and a half. You know, she's still young. She's our age, so she doesn't have everything figured out. But based on her expertise, and we watched the sermon. I think she sent the sermon to Amanda or something, and then it was like the power of agreement. And then we were like, "Yo, this falls right into everything we're talking about." You know?
Why not talk about it?
Yeah, because it's important. Even if you're not a Christian, you're not trying to get married. It's always good to have an agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whatever relationship, you don't have to be married. You didn't have to be in no couples. You could be just in friendship, just in everything. Like mother daughter
or twinship. You gotta
twinship.
agree.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You gotta agree.
Twinship.
That's the thing.
What is that?
It's a relationship between your twin.
Isn't it a sisterhood? Or?
No, sisters and twins is different thing.
What's the difference? That's levels to
It's
this?
deeper. No.
So if you guys had a sister, your
I do
relationship
have
would have been
sister.
I mean like if you had a sister.
Yeah, we're probably gaining up together
against the sister.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we have brothers. We gain, even though we mad, we'll gain up. We'll be together and then gain up with that person. Then we'll get back to fighting.
Yeah.
But it's not up to you to come fix us.
Yeah. Don't try to figure out what's going on over here. We got each other's back.
We got it. Like
you understand.
I don't, but I don't have a sister or
it
a
took a while
twin.
for people to understand.
I'm lost.
Yeah. Even a husband had a hard time
I was
adjusting.
gonna ask, does your guys' husband ever come, was there an agreement to say that your husbands don't come in between what's going on with my sister?
I didn't have to mention that. He already know what's up.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. And their cousin, they could have their own cousinship going on. Over
Oh,
there.
y'all married to two cousins?
Yeah, Sammy and her man's cousins.
That's so cute. A twin with two cousins.
Yeah, we couldn't find twin brothers, right?
No, we couldn't. We still that
We
shit.
couldn't find one that was
She
dark
like
skin, one that was light
she
skin.
she likes the light skin bourgeois. I like those dark skin. So we couldn't find those. Those twins.
Sorry.
Did y'all ever wanted to marry twins though?
No,
Heck
that was a joke.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that was gonna be dope. That would be dope. But okay. All right. I think so. It's like two twins. Like I think that's cool. And then let's say you guys do have twins. Like, don't they say if you're a twin, you're definitely gonna have a twin?
Not definitely. It's possible.
It's possible.
Okay.
You have high possibilities of having kids, but we'll see. Not possibility, probability. My bad.
It's probably, you have to show like your husband too. If he's not a twin, you have to see in his family
If he has twins.
Yeah.
Sammy never had until his uncle just out of nowhere popped two
He's
twins.
in the air, honey.
Oh, nee.
So Amanda, you might be next.
Child.
Not fun. Baby shower loading. Amanda's drinking water again, people. If you guys can notice. If you guys can
That
see.
was not intentional. Like
Water
literally, like my
again.
twin said, I was thirsty. Like that's it.
I mean, if you're thirsty, I don't think you're gonna drink wine now. It's
Water-
gonna make you parched.
All I know
That's
is
what I'm
it's
saying,
water
isn't it?
again. But what are the we're gonna keep it short and simple, but what do you guys think is the five things people have to be in agreement with before starting a relationship? And when I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna say more marriage, and then we could go other places with it if it does apply to something else as well. Okay, so give me a number one, something.
Finances, honey.
Finance, okay. What do you mean by finances?
Like how you budget. Even if you do budget, that's a question.
Okay, so let's say that I don't budget and you budget. So how would we
We're
approach
gonna have
that?
problems, honey.
But that's the point of us talking.
Yeah,
way
you
before,
gotta talk
huh?
about it. Yeah, because I think we talked about this before, but I can't be the saver and you out here spending. Or you cannot be the risk taker in finances. Like you taking all the money and let's go buy some stocks and the stock flops the next day. What we doing now? Like,
But even sometimes, like she said, like sometimes you do, like let's say we didn't have that conversation before getting married.
yeah.
And you do get into a marriage where I'm the spender and you're the saver. How do you deal about it? Because I'm sure a lot of people are listening to us. It's like, okay, well, oh snap, I didn't have this conversation. What do I do? Am I doomed?
What does the conversation even look like?
Yeah.
Okay, just this disclaimer I hear. Just because we didn't talk about it before marriage doesn't mean that the ship has sailed. There's always room for conversation or having that discussion among each other. I feel like any time for you to wake up is fine, unless you're really in financial ruins and you're like, oh man, we like declaring bankruptcy. But even if you are declaring bankruptcy,
you still go back
you have that conversation and be like, from now on, this is what we're doing, and this is how we're gonna handle our money.
Unless you did.
All the money, and you luckily had a life policy. I'm just saying, like, don't be giving the people ideas up in here. No, that's just. But it's something that we need to talk and reinforce in that community, because unfortunately, people. And I was talking about that with my husband today. Like, we don't talk about what happens if you're dead. I guess it's a taboo, or we're scared. But they're hard. Like, I cannot imagine a life without my husband. I hope so, vice versa. But I mean,
I hope you can't imagine your life. But hey,
I know I cannot picture it without him. But if that does happen, because I don't know what could happen later on in life. Like, what's my plan with my baby? I have a son now with him. So it's like, what's the plan? Like, do I stay in my job? Like, what does the finances? Because we did purchase assets together based on both income. So if he were to evaporate, we're just gonna say that again.
She don't want to say.
I don't want to say it.
Okay, he died and he went to heaven.
Yeah. So let's say he's gone, and then, like, what's next for me? What's next for my child? I have to provide for my child. I cannot be like, you know what, I'm gonna get remarried to a rich man. That's not the type of woman I am. 1, 2, I like to be able to still provide for him. So we have to have that hard conversation. Like, what's the plan?
Yeah.
If I'm gone, or if you're gone. Even before I went to the delivery room, we had that conversation. I'm like, what if I don't make it? What's the plan?
Snap.
That's
I know,
so
like,
sad.
it's scary,
but these are important conversations, though. And even if they're hard, if you guys don't have them, because something happens and it's like, cat. And you see all these Haitian people crying at funerals,
rolling on the ground.
They ain't crying because they really gonna miss you now. They're crying because it's like, where's
you
that
left
money
them.
coming from?
Them bills coming through.
Where's that money
you
for that
left
funeral
them,
coming
child.
from? Well, how am I gonna bury you? Like, what am I gonna feed this child for the next 18 years?
Yo.
I mean, they figure it out, but it's a struggle.
It's not planned. I would like to say it's not like, okay, we act like we're gonna live eternally, or bad things don't happen to good Christian. Like, we don't die, y'all. We just live on.
Yeah.
But we have to have those conversations. Like she said, that must have been tough. You're about to push out and not.
I feel the baby kicked right after. Like, I'm like,
I want to see his face. You're about to get burned, and you have to think about death.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, okay, I finished giving birth. The baby survived. I don't. What happened?
Yeah. Like, the last month, like the 9th month, it was almost every day we talked about that. Like,
What's that?
yeah, like, I was like, oh, let me get my affairs in order. You don't know? I mean, I'm praying, and then I'm just like, you know what? I know God got me, but just in case. Lord. Just in case. Let me prepare myself. I was seeing my financial advisors. I'm like, let's get the books in a row.
That makes sense. So finance is a good thing. Now, do you think that if I have a boyfriend, should I be talking about finances as well, or how should I even be talking about it? Is it like, do I ask you simple questions like, are you a spender? Like, what do I ask? How do I have that conversation?
I mean, if you want to answer that,
You could go ahead.
I mean, for relationship, I feel like it's important to talk about finance. I don't care what it is. I don't need to know. Well, I'm that type of girlfriend. I need to know what's in that bank account. I need to know all the zeros behind that one. Okay, hallelujah. But I'm just saying, if you're that type, like, oh, I don't want to know anything. He looks loaded. He got that BM or that Lexus. He got that. He got $1 in the savings account.
They're the brokest. The ones that look loaded now.
Yeah, I need to know what you do, how you spend, how you budget. If you don't know how to budget, let's work on that now, and not when I'm your wife. Because to get married to me, you have to have some funds here. Stab me where you at. But I was just like, a lot of girls like, oh, papa will prepare garçon because, I don't want him to prepare and leave me and the next girl catch him. But it's just for you. Like, let's say that man, you do end up down the aisle with him and you do finally build a home with him. Then all those little things that you've learned together, how to save. Oh, this month we spent 30% a lot too much. Why? And understand all those expenses. Then you can realize, okay, when you walk into the marriage, it's not a big decision like when every Sunday, once every month, you have an Excel sheet, you're budgeting, you're doing all the planning. instead of you, he looked like he got it all together. And I have actually experienced where I have people, I'm not gonna name no names, they got married because the person looked they all together now. When they got married, broke. They didn't even have no damn job.
Living on credit.
And because they never had those conversations, you need to know where he works. Can I see your
how long you been working too?
how long your pay slip? I think that's what it's
your
called.
pay stub.
I need to know how long did it take you to get a raise. I need to see if you work, your work ethics. All of those information are very valuable.
It's just like valuable.
No, because like I think we grew up and we had some dysfunctional people around us, and no shade, honey, but
Big shades.
no, like I need to know, like me, my mom always told me, make sure you marry a provider, like not in the sense like you sit back, housewife status, and he takes care of everything. You still got to contribute. Like she always taught us that, but we have seen firsthand where like people, married people that are just lazy bums. It's just
They never work a day in their life.
A day in their life, and it sucks because you see partnership when you see night and day in relationship, like you see people like they're partners and then you see it's only one provider.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah,
like, you want to be more on the partnership type, like Bonnie and Clyde, minus the criminal activity. But you got my back, I got your 6, and we good. Like, that's how I see it, because like she said, you need to know what's going on in that beforehand, because that man could be driving that best car, but it's a lease.
It's a rental.
Yeah.
You get married, and then as soon you come back from the honeymoon, you see a tow truck towing that car.
Or it's a big bill that we both gotta be sharing now. Or
exactly.
something.
And then you're thinking like, oh, we get married, then we buying the house, and then you
can't because his credit score is 300.
300. That's not. We know that's not a. That's. You don't even have a credit card to your name. What's going on?
You'd be surprised now.
Like 300?
And even those little things that credit score.
Like we met people like literally in their 20s or even
that?
30s. I've met people in 30s that don't even know what
Remember
that
when
is.
I asked all of you, I was like, what is you guys' credit score? And then some people were like, isn't that private? Like,
yeah.
But a lot of people didn't even know, how do I check my credit score? Or how do I go get it? Or how do I build it? The fact that the question was asked among couples, they were able to work on it and build it before marriage, some of them after, you know?
Right.
So it's important questions, and I don't think it's that deep. I feel
not
like
that
anything that
deep.
could help you, like, just talk about it.
I think that's what nowadays we turn everything like, oh, it's private. Oh, don't talk about it. You don't need to know my credit score, but you're enabling yourself to not be greater. Like, let's say my credit score was 500. It ain't. Girl, I got a good credit, but it's just like. And I meet you, Captain. I'm like, girl, I'm struggling with my credit score, and you know about it. Like, girl,
maybe you didn't even know you were struggling. You think
maybe
it was
I
normal.
had a good credit, and then until I go try to get a car, now they're talking about I can't get a car because I got 500 credit.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that until you brought it up I never had.
Your
that.
boo could have been the co-signer, honey. You never know.
Yeah, but
he could have had a credit score that was.
But let's say he had a
300
booty
too.
credit score too, like 300. Now you both about to walk into marriage. You know, with 300 credit, you can't even lease. Can you even rent?
No.
You're going to have to find a co-signer. And what it look like, you're trying to be a grown-up, and then you're trying to, Mommy, can you sign my lease for me?
And most likely, Mommy going to say no.
Yeah, because you can't even keep up with your own books. What makes you think you're not going to drag mine to the dirt, too?
Yeah.
So,
and an important thing she said, when you have this husband to talk about credit, blah, 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 but wife as well, right? No, actually, before I get to what you said, you said, when you meet this man, like a lot of women say they don't want to prepare no man for other women. Men could say the same thing about women, right? And then it could be vice versa. But the thing is, don't think about it as you preparing him for another woman. It's just another human being that you're helping, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that's in your surroundings should know these things, and it's free information. You're like like just give them the damn information.
I feel like why black people always want to withhold information.
Yeah, like
it's so weird.
Just
like,
give the damn information.
Okay,
like,
you talk about credit score. How is that? Like, it's up to you to act upon it, right?
Teach the man how
why
to
are you
do
not
it.
teaching it and then just
People
me,
do whatever
I
they-
receive it. I decline. But
that's
why?
up to you.
But why gotta like withheld that information?
But
Like,
it's like even if you go see another woman, right? That's still the black community that's being
you
better.
just
Unless
help
he go
one
get that
black man.
Brazilian, I don't know.
But that's still the black men that's doing better. You know?
You help the community advance, even if it's not to your benefit here.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
At the
have
end
to
of the
get
day, it will be, because
somebody learn, and sometimes he probably bring you You have bad credit. Go find cat trade and cat trade gonna help you out. You know, you never know. But it's like we need to get out that selfishness where like, oh, if I'm helping you, it's for my benefit. I think we gotta get that out, even when you're dating, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm doing that because if I do a dinner date, am I going to get something out of it or something? I feel like we need to get that out of our head and actually do things to help people, just in general.
But I have a question. But if you're helping with the mindset of what's my benefit, are you truly helping in the sense?
No, you're helping yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
that's your pussy.
But half of the things, when you really think about it, people who say they're helping, it's everybody helps for their benefit at the end of the day, right? It's like, I'm helping you be great so I could be around people that are great.
Yeah.
Like,
help me. No, what is the saying? Help me, help you.
Yeah.
It's like,
you know, so it's that, but it's the vicious circle. You said something. You talked about if something were to happen to one of you guys because we're planning on both incomes. That's what I said. I'm gonna get a man in the last episode. That's what I said. We're running a one income household.
Yeah.
If I die, nothing happens. If you die, nothing happens because we were living on one income.
But okay, you say that. I thought about that too. But it's just like, okay, we could always live on one income. What if it's that income that perishes? What happens?
We're gonna live on the lowest income.
No, I know that, but what happens?
I have mine. Mine is higher. Anyways.
But what if okay, but I've seen people like they do run on one income, but two incomes comes in the house. Like the second income, they save it, and that person is solely responsible for the finances. And what if something happens to that person? You have the money, but you don't know how to manage it. What about that?
Oh, I mean, we would manage it together.
Okay.
I mean, even if it's your money, boo-boo. Did you
pay
the...
You gotta keep tabs. I like how you said that.
Can I see the Excel sheet?
Can I see? By the way, why the bill went up 30 cents?
Yeah.
I need to know.
I know I ain't paying nothing, but that doesn't mean I'm not checking now. I still live in this household.
That's the
like,
thing.
what the heck? What time did you pay the light bill today? It's due yesterday. Did you
And
pay?
I think we like to put on how can I say that? Not a blame, but responsibility on one or the other. Like, oh, it's yours to take care of it.
Yeah, so
but it's not that.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a couple or whatever relationship, even if it's mother and daughter living in the same house, you need to have together sit down. Even if I'm the brain behind the money, you need to know what the money is at. Like, there's no money laundering in here. Like, you need to know where the money goes. Even if you don't know how to make math, but you know money. Like, you don't have to be a savant. You don't need algebra for that. But if you know the bills, okay, this hydro bill or electricity bill is $250 a month, or every 2 months, you need to know at least that. Because I think that's some security question when you call the government.
What's that movie with Tyler Perry? And he was so rich. And then the housekeeper was like, "What's the price of the milk carton?" He's like,
that was Diary of My Black Woman. No, it wasn't that one.
No, I remember that. He didn't even know the price of milk.
He didn't even know, and he was like, it was in his head a whole week, and then he finally got himself to a store.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's $3." And he goes to $3.24, and she's like, "Okay,
It took you that long."
Yeah.
But you can't escape that's a good example.
That's
you can
escape
escape reality because I'm
not in charge of finances.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge. It's not my responsibility to deal with it. But you going bankrupt and you didn't check up on your partner. I think that's accountability on each other.
That's true.
Like, I'm good. Yes, I'm good. But can you check on me if I'm doing good for real?
Exactly. Keep me up. Boost me up. You know, good job. You paid this on time. Even though I know it's my job and I'm good at it. But make me see that I'm doing something here.
And teach the other person, because you can't always be the one pulling in the string. One day you will be sick. One day you can't count.
Oh, no, this just...
No, I'm just saying. It's just like...
Catherine, that's not wood, honey.
That's bad. It went right back. But I'm just saying, like she said, before she got to the hospital, you don't know what fate might happen. So let's say Samantha was in charge of the finances. So it's doomed. No more finances for your man.
Doomsday at the Ignatius household.
What's another one? So finance is a big one. What's another one?
Values.
What do you mean by values?
Oh Lord.
What's the problem? What does values mean?
Okay,
Let me go on Google.
Like, I feel like values is like the way you decide that your family operates. Okay, like we decided we're not gonna walk around killing people. That's our values. We're not. That's our morals and values. We decided, like, as a family, we're gonna be good to others. We decided we're gonna be God has blessed us, so we can be blessing to others. These are values that we agreed on. So I feel like that's important to have.
Okay, so if our values are not the same, you don't think we should move forward?
What do you mean? Like, what's an example of not the same? Like,
you don't like killing people, and me, I'm in the business of killing people.
Okay, of course, like, that's not gonna go hand in hand here.
Catherine, if you're spending
garage, we might have a garage. We may tell enough freezer.
No, but think about it, Catherine. So if I'm not in the business of killing people, disclaimer, I don't kill nobody. But if you're not in the business of killing people, and you are, and we live in the same house, now there's nobody else for you. You killed the whole neighborhood. Who's next? I am.
I might never kill you because I love you. You know?
Yeah, right. Have you watched Lifetime?
How am I supposed to know that's how you transpire your love through killing?
Let's not make it killing. Let's make it something else. But example.
Okay, I have an example. Like, let's say in your culture or your values, a woman supposed to submit to a man, like, or a man can slap a woman around.
Okay.
I come from a tribe in Haiti where we're good out here. Like, we don't tribe. We don't tribe. They don't tribe.
Haiti got tribe now.
I'm just saying. You say example. Use my imagination. Yeah. But I come from a part in Haiti where women are violent. Like, we're the one that run the society and everything. Uh-huh. So you think you're gonna come? We're gonna be able to build a family.
With like, you slapping me, thinking
the
it's okay to slap me.
It's shaky already because we're not on the same page. You believe in smacking me down, talking to me like an animal, and I'm supposed to obey you like I'm your child. Yeah. It's gonna work. And I'm talking about me being independent and solid. Like, how can I say, like, yeah, independent. I could work. We can work like this. Yeah. So it's not like the foundation is not there. Okay. And I feel like values bring that foundation.
Like, again, Catherine, don't mistake safety above anything else. Safety above anything else. And that would be safety above anything else. If you feel in danger, call 8100.
It's not 1-800 now. What the talk?
Slide into our DM.
Like, I feel like your values shouldn't like how can I say
endanger
this?
you.
Yeah, like if you feel endangered, then that's not, you gotta be exit. I feel like that's one thing. And if your values are literally night and day, and you guys trying to talk it out and y'all not coming in agreement, I'm sorry to say, but you gotta go.
Just break up, huh? Yeah, do you guys feel like you could compromise your values, or when it comes to values, there's no compromising?
It depends.
For me, I wouldn't compromise it because I remember the day you get tired of compromising. Because at the moment, it's like compromise. I feel like it's a short period of time of me letting you, like, it's complicated to explain. Like, it's like when I compromise for you to do whatever you want, it's for a short period of time. But I'm going to get tired. And I'm going to want it's my turn. Like, it's like, I feel like in a couple, it's like kids. It's like, oh, it's my turn to play. Okay, we're going to let Amanda play first, then Samantha can play. But I don't wonder if it's always my time to play. That person is going to hinder them. They're going to be like, wait, it's not fair. Like,
I feel like you have to be mindful, like, not to confuse compromising with abuse or manipulations. You have to think about that too, because some people like to twist things to get their way. Come on, babe, let's compromise on this. But in reality, they manipulate the thing for you to get their way. That's not compromising at that point. So it's just like you gotta see, what are you compromising for? Like, is that what you want to compromise for, or not?
It doesn't make sense.
Because I feel like if we're talking about values, these are like my core values. I don't think there should be any compromising on my core values. You know,
it's what you stand for.
That's
what makes you. Yeah, like if you remove that, like Catherine don't love, like that's not Catherine.
Yeah,
Catherine don't. Like,
you understand?
Yeah.
So get it. I feel like maybe things I like, or the movie I want to watch today, the music I want to listen to, even though these are my preferences, but it's things that I could, okay, baby, you go today, I go tomorrow. Yeah. You know, okay, when you're driving, you play this type of playlist. When I drive, I play this type of playlist. But things like, I don't know, what are my values? Like, don't talk down to my mother or something. Like, respecting my mother.
Like, you see, all three of us are Christian. Like, we live by the Bible, and the 10 Commandments could be our core values sometimes. I don't know for all of y'all, but for me it is. But it's like, you're supposed to honor your parents, which is, I could say, like, basically all of that is common knowledge or universal. We say it's the 10 Commandments. For somebody else, it's you respect your parents. So those things, it's like when I see somebody disrespect their parents, smacking their parents, or I see those Maury shows where them kids going wild, I'm like, ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, and just because, okay, so do you think that if my values are I don't disrespect my parents and yours is not the same, you disrespect yours, do you guys think we could come together?
Because eventually you're gonna disrespect mine, and then that's where we're gonna cross the line. And you know, my, you know,
I don't know.
Something gonna happen.
I don't know. The twins are like, is that a twin language?
With the yin twins. No, but something. It's like it's gonna be confrontation, and whenever there's confrontation, it's never good. It's never good. So it's like when you go against what I believe. You know how hard somebody, like when you believe in something and that's all you known for, and that person do that's very. It's
that's
one thing. It's one thing to get on lead like you doing to your parents. Now you're trying to come after my. That ain't gonna work.
Understand. Yeah. Now, when you guys say values, and I could bring another one to that is faith, right? So I feel like nous ka di si n'a ensemble, faut nous ta believe in the same thing, okay? When we're talking about faith. Now, do you think that, let's say that I'm Adventist, okay? And I have a man qui pas Adventist, qui pas believe dans bon Dieu, okay?
Like he's atheist?
He's atheist.
Oh, Lord.
Do you guys think that we could start? And then later on, we could become...
Baby! Miss me with all that. No. On that note, no, because it's like Adventist, you already went to an extremist, okay? Like, you could have went to like Catholic. You could have went like, you know,
Baptist.
But you went to Adventist. Like, you're already extreme. You don't wear no jewelry. Well, not all of us, but you know, you don't wear no pork. And now you go to the extreme.
What you mean you don't wear pork?
I mean, don't eat pork.
I mean, technically, biblically, you're not supposed to wear you can't wear pork leather now.
Okay. But anyways, it's like you went from the end. It's like you trying to go with the racist and the non-racist. Like it ain't gonna work, yo. Like come on.
But we see it happen all the time though, where people
and it don't last. It don't. I've seen couples that dated atheists, got married to atheists, but I don't.
No, and then sometimes it changes. People be baptized all the time.
Yeah, sometimes it changes. There was this couple at our church. The guy stood up and said, I used to be an ex-atheist.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does work. But like we said, oil and water don't mix, baby. Even if you try to, blend it, it ain't gonna mix. It really have to have that person conviction. Because I don't think it's, he said it wasn't his wife that made him become a Christian. It's his, like he literally, God came and got him. That's different. That was your relationship with God. So nobody can make you sway another way. And even some people that do date atheists and they're like, oh, lenient and they don't believe in what they used to believe when they were a child. It's not that that other person drugged them out. It's that person then truly believe in what they believe. It's just that's the truth. So that's why I was like, for me, it wouldn't work because I really believe in what I believe. I don't just say, oh, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist because I was brought up in there. I was born in this, like from generation to generation. I truly believe in the whole
whatever they come up with, they stand for.
Whatever they stand for. I don't even tell you. But I believe in it.
She don't even know what they stand for,
you know? I'm done. I'll serve my Sabbath. And I always said that, like, before, when I used to be dating and naive, I was like, I would never date Adventist men. They all trash. And I ended up with one. And now that I am in a marriage with an Adventist man,
you see, it's easier. Eh?
It's not even easier because you could be both Adventists and you're not on the same page. But when you have the same faith base and you walk in, come in a car, it works. Like it's like I don't have to beg him to do devotion with me. Like it's not a burden, and he understand when I have my time with God alone. Like it's not getting jealous. Like, oh, well, what you mean you gonna talk to somebody that's invisible? Like does he even exist? Like, you know? I don't have to explain this because he understands.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I don't have the whip. Some people might have the patience to deal with somebody that's atheist. But for me, it ain't. And I wouldn't encourage it. And you could, if it works
But
for
if
you.
we're talking about building, what is our topic? Power of agreement here.
If we're talking about
Power of agreement here. We have to agree on that believing in the same thing. Even if it's not God, if you believe in nothing, the person you're going to be agreeing with or doing life with should agree in nothing.
To be honest, Catherine, to answer that question, I feel like not agreeing, you're agreeing to something regardless. So like me agreeing to be with the atheist, eventually that atheist will either drag me, and it's rare that you drag an atheist to Christ. You can't be acting like the Holy Spirit.
They know the Bible better than you do, baby.
Yeah, they be like, I don't understand that concept. Like, yo, let me go get somebody. We're not equally yoked. Let me try to play the Holy Spirit. You're not the Holy Spirit. Like, stop.
What you trying to outsmart
like,
for?
what's going on? Like, you're a human being. They're a human being. You can't be playing the Holy Spirit. It just doesn't work.
He's a spirit.
Like, it just doesn't work. Like, oh, I'm gonna get married with them. Eventually, they come to Christ. Who are you to say like they will come to Christ? What if they have like I have that strong conviction that I love God and He's my everything? What if they have that same conviction? Like nothing is their everything. You understand? Like you cannot. I feel like it's not fair. Like
because you're like checking the person's core values.
Exactly.
Now.
And then I feel like it goes as further, like the kids that you're gonna bring in that dysfunctional environment, it's not even fair for them. Because it's like you're gonna be going to church and you where did you bring my kids today again? And then it's every time you come home, it's like your home should be your safe keeping. Like you're safe there. And every day you come home where you lay your head, it's like a battlefield. I'm sorry, avoid that whole situation. Get somebody that you're in the same level you agree with.
And I feel like it's a domino effect.
Yeah, you avoid a lot of issues, like a lot.
Because it starts with that little faith, and then they start growing like a snowball. Like, okay, oh, I don't believe in God. Well, you don't believe in that, but I see you doing it. It's like a constant debate. And who wants to come home like from hard work and you have to debate your beliefs?
We are not the great debaters.
You're not. Like, I don't have time for that.
Okay, so values. If we're talking about power of agreement here, one thing I can say you guys should agree on. You don't have to, no? That's lovely.
Yeah.
But if you want to make your life easier, you're faith-based. Okay, perfect. What is another one you guys could say?
We said morals.
Faith. We said finance. We said values.
Oh Lord. Y'all gonna have
this is hard, man.
Okay. Boundaries.
Yeah,
we could say.
No, is this my cue to leave?
I feel like boundaries is the whole episode, right? We talked about boundaries last time. We're gonna talk about boundaries again.
Build a wall.
You Trump now? Hold on, let me find out.
Nah. Biden, y'all.
Okay, Canada. Let me Biden.
Yo, y'all. I keep saying that. We keep saying we're in Canada. This affects us as much as it affects Americans, y'all. Our economy, I'm sorry to say, but it really rolls with the Americans. Okay? So,
like the Americans fucking up, our economy's bad.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, our economy is like, we're really like best friends. Like, if they go down the drain, we're really exporting more than importing. I mean, no, we import more than exporting. And child, if we bad with China, we all gonna be doomed. So we gotta be mindful. And I don't believe that. I don't want to go all political on y'all, but you have to be mindful of what's going on around you. You don't say, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't really." If I've heard people tell me like, "Oh, the vote," they already know who's the president. No need to vote. Like, what's the whole point then?
Yeah.
Then
hold on. Now, do you think we should be in power of agreement in the type of political party that you're in?
Oh Lord, I can't be sleeping with the enemy.
What they gotta be because I'm glad that you said that, because in power of agreement, what I got from it is that we're not the same person.
Yeah.
Although we have core values that are similar, the foundation is the same. We're two different individuals. The way I think may not be the way you think. So I may be a Republican and you're a Democrat. But the thing is, should that allow us to be divided? Because I see a lot during this
I've seen that
election. A lot of family disown their kids, a wife and husband.
TikTok went crazy.
Yeah. You see, I'm not the only one with TikTok.
Yeah,
I love
TikTok twins.
But it's just to say, I don't know how to.
Okay.
I feel like you don't need to agree on everything. Like she said,
But
like
do you
we're
think
twins, right?
the political parties, do you think that's something you should agree
To be honest, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so because one has a view, the other one has a view. Again, it's your opinion at that point. It's about who's running the country, who's not.
Yeah.
Either way, if it's a Republican, you still gonna be in the country. You're not exiling. Like it's not your life and death situation. Of course, with Trump, that's deemed to be questionable. But I feel like politically, I think that's something like it could be private if you want to, but you can still voice like, you know what, I'm a Democrat. What are you? Some people they like to be like
liberals.
Not even liberals. That party doesn't have anything to do with anybody. I forgot what the Green Party or something like that.
I forgot. That's in Canada, girl.
No, I think the U.S. has a Green Party as well.
too?
But you always hear Republican and Democrat, but there's Libertarian, there's other little parties. Like this election, a lot of them got 1 million votes that they never did before. Like this is like people was like, you know what, forget it. I don't want to vote for nobody. Like let me just go for the nobody.
The other ones.
Like even Kanye got votes. Like come on, man.
Oh, that's the next president now. Watch out how y'all speaking.
Watch out now before the FBI watch our podcast now.
No, but seriously, okay. You guys don't think that's important because it's more about your opinions and stuff. Okay, perfect. When I say boundaries, okay, the boundaries, like we said last time, starts deep in a friendship, right?
Yeah.
And relationship, right?
Also family too.
Even families.
But that's what we get into.
Yeah.
You kind of
let me drink.
Families, relationship, friends. So boundaries in general,
all everywhere.
just needs to be agreed upon. Like, okay. Do you think if I'm coming to your house and I don't call, okay, I just pop up, do you think that's like me crossing your boundaries?
It depends on the relationship you have that person. Like I know how close we are with Sammy and you and me. It's like if Catherine calls, it'll be odd. I will even be like, what the hell is she calling me for? Or my sister calling me, I'm coming by you, man. Like,
But I have done that though.
Yeah, but you
Because
weird.
I've been thinking like that's baby making session.
She always acting
One
weird.
time I called and I was like, I think I was in Bossar having a family day shopping or something, and I was like, you know what, guys, I'm coming over. And the minute's like, really? Why? And then Sammy was like, yeah, coming? And they were acting suspicious. I'm like, what's going on? I'm just coming over. And then they're like, okay, give us 20 minutes. I was like, 20 minutes for what? I'm coming. Like, what's going on? So I was like, that's why I like to call, because you don't know what's going on over here. Like,
No, I do understand. Like, let's say if I'm out of town and you pass by my house, I'm not there, okay. But if we have that relationship, I'll probably give you a call. Hey, by the way, I'm not in town. You understand? I feel like it's more stranger before. I'm not gonna lie, Sammy got me like that, where it's like your people you're close to, you ain't gotta call. But it's just like I feel like it's weird now when I have to call people. I'm like, damn, we not close? Like I can't just pull up. Like I can't just drive through. Like I have your call. I could walk into your house. Like Samantha wasn't even at her house, I walked in. But it's just like I feel weird. Even at Catherine's house, that's how many times I slept there. Like I had to call Catherine.
no, whenever I go to Catherine's house, I feel weird. I'm like, can I sit down here? I'm like, can I get a cup of water? She's like, go in the kitchen. I'm like, where?
The kitchen is not a mention now. There's literally one room.
No,
like,
Catherine's house, literally everybody's house. Like you go there, be
No, but that's
but you'll be fine. But I feel like it depends on the relationship you have with people. Again, relationship, like that's important. Y'all need to talk about relationship. But it's just like if a stranger come up and you are kind of surprised that person pops up and you're like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting it.
It's funny. Then if it's for that, I don't have any boundaries at all. Like, depuis m'kono, you could come whenever.
No, I'm saying someone you didn't know. You
But
probably
maybe-
like, oh, who's at the door?
If
Maybe her house is a safe haven. You
it's
never
like,
know.
It's like if I met you once, you could come to my house whenever. Like, I just feel like, especially
But maybe
if your
for you,
name
that's
is on
not
my
a boundary,
number. That's what
though.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if it's for that, I don't have any boundaries for that thing. Because it's just like, it's a house. You come, you talk, you go,
I
you
mean,
eat,
it has
whatever.
a door for a reason. It's meant to be open and closed. But I feel like, okay, let's talk a little more deeper about boundaries. Maybe that's whatever.
Yeah, because it's not for everybody. I have friends who tell me, "Supare le movini mpa pouve pot la," because you didn't tell me you were coming.
Okay, I got that.
No, now I'm
No,
you.
because
Like,
it's just like they're like, I was not expecting anybody today. I was doing my little relaxing and poofing.
okay,
like,
I
no,
can understand.
Like, don't
I
do
can understand where I'm interfering.
And
in.
it's
But
like,
there's a
in
better
essence,
way to
like-
say it though. Like,
Dang.
I'm not.
my
We're
feelings
friends.
are
We're
hurt.
friends. Like, if we're friends,
you hurt my feelings
this though.
I feel like if we're friends, I shouldn't be so proper, right? Like, yo, quitte ma repom, ou pas relem, pas entrer.
Because I remember I popped up your house and I'm knocking. I was like, what the hell did she get? Because she didn't tell me she out of town. I'm knocking. She's like, yo, and then Sammy and I was like, what Catherine at? What the voice Catherine? Like, she our kid. And then we called her up. I was like, Catherine, where you at? We're in front of your door. And she's like, oh, I'm not there. I think you went somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, the keys in the mailbox, no?
Yeah, and then we just walked in. Oh, no, you shouldn't tell. Well, nobody know where you live anyway. Y'all can walk in it.
The address will be in the link description below.
Come eat. There's food.
I like her mama know how to cook.
Yeah, I like company. So come and join me.
But there go the what your
social.
Come over and eat.
But no, seriously, when it comes to families though, I feel like relationship and families should be a whole episode. Because
like a trilogy.
Since you guys are married, okay, well, I can't talk for the married folks, but I've seen it in like boyfriend and girlfriend type things.
Okay, talk about it about girlfriend and boyfriend.
Okay, so for boy, I feel like remember I always said if I'm gonna be dating somebody, I have to see your family.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be dating the family, right? And your family plays a big role in the decision that I'm gonna be making.
What if the family crazy, but he's saying he's the only sane one?
I'm gonna be dealing with them anyways. My children about to go over their house. That's their grandparents.
Yeah,
like
you can say you can't go there.
And then you might have some gene of that too. Like, or my kids might be born with this gene.
Can't say you might have some of that gene.
I don't know, you know. So if I see the family and get en way, c'est pas une famille que moi ouais peut-être moi bien t'a flip petit moi dans environment ça.
I like you said that because
I'm really big on like family. Like I like people's people and I can't fake it. So
I was, even though when I was dating Sammy, I was kind of timid, but I was not timid. I was kind of faking it. Yeah, just to get a vibe from the family. Tell me why, like I didn't regret that because I have the best in-laws. Okay, and then it's just like all of them love me. It's to the point where, like, you know, you're like the little queen of the castle. They all like, oh my gosh, and I feel like I'm wanted and it's love. It's like they boys don't know how to love, honey.
Yeah, they know how to love.
Yeah, and then even when Sammy, I remember the first time Sammy's like, oh, I have a sister. I was like, oh goddamn. I thought your mama only had 4 boys. Talking about Catherine and his sister. I was like, shit. Then I'm Catherine, and I'm like, ooh, I don't think I'm gonna like her. Ooh, she give me attitude. I'm over here judging her and whatever.
Yeah, she sent me pictures.
She's like, do you know this chick? I was like, what? I'm like, is it a sister, a real sister, or is it a sister? So I did my work around, and Sammy was like, really? Like, even that showed him what kind of jealous.
Amela, you do not compromise when it comes to your attention.
Oh no, girl, I don't play that, honey. I gotta got 100% attention. But like, when I saw Tabby, I think one time I called you over there, Tabby massaging. Did I call my sister massaging? I was like, hold on. I got brothers, nobody massaging my feet. And then I was like, hold on, we in that family. I had to pull up on Sammy like, who this chick? And then he was like, that's my sister. Then I got to meet Catherine. Girl, always been dope, whatever. And then I was like, okay, well, I like to say Catherine is like sister-in-law. The sister-in-law I ain't got. So I guess all my in-laws are fine. But I was glad that I put myself there and I got to talk to them. Even at that time, Sammy had 2 brothers. I wasn't even living with them. I made it a point, like I had to talk to them all the way in Haiti. I always make sure I talk to them. Gotta feel like, okay, I'm like, Sammy, that little one, we're not vibing like that. The one that was the hardest to crack, Berlu.
Oh, of course.
But now we have the dopest relationship. Like, we talk about nothing and everything. And it could be very, like, 5 minutes and it's just significant. But it's important that you know your in-laws because they're crazy.
Yeah.
They could be crazy. But what about marriage? How important you think that is? If you didn't get to meet them before and then boom, you married with that person.
Why you didn't meet them before?
It depends.
They were out of the country.
Or they don't live in the country. There was a pandemic.
Like, for example, Sammy didn't meet all his in-laws before.
Sammy didn't, you know,
well, he met the important ones.
Fact, my mother-in-law and my parents never met in real life. Never.
Yeah.
And they talk on the phone from time to time. It's like they always knew each other, which is weird.
Yeah.
But it's like a long-distance family. Like, they didn't got to deal with each other, but it happens. Sometimes you do get married and
you don't get to meet the family.
And I don't even think my parents met Sammy. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they never did.
They met him through the phone, but
my in-laws. No. Oh, no, they met like at the wedding, and then the dad we met like 6 months before the wedding. Like it was not that.
Right, and you live like how?
But I mean, like I don't think at that point does it really matter because
It
in
does.
my aspect it don't really matter. Like
Because the point it doesn't matter for her because she don't give a fuck.
that's not true. That's not true.
Samantha's probably like, it's me and my man against the world. Like, if y'all-
Body inclined.
That's not true. It's just like it's like you present them. They decide if they want to have a relationship, right? You can try all you those boundaries. You can try all you want, but if you don't want it,
that's
what
true.
you want? Like I can't force people to be friends.
So like meeting the family before you meet the man is not that important.
No, I met the family. Trust me, I did. I even met his parents before we even were an item. I think I met them when we met Sammy.
Me and Sammy met.
And Sammy just went there, and then I was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's your whole boy, Narcissus parents." And I was like, "The dad was cool, and the mom was just looking at us." And then when I got back home, and I was like, "Listen, I met your parents." He's like, "Why you met my parents?"
And then his daddy was raving about. Wait, but
And he's like, how did you meet my parents? Like, it was all these questions. Like, I was like, I wasn't supposed to meet them. Or this is a taboo subject. I'm confused here. But I met them way before we even dating, and it was like, okay. And then we talked about it, and it was like, this is how my parents are. And the dad was really cool. Like, the dad is a people's person, and he's like, yo. I was like, okay, I wouldn't mind have him as a father-in-law. Like, he dope. Like,
would that play if they were like people you didn't like? Would that do anything with the
like
relationship?
Amanda said, don't faze me. I'm getting married to your son. I will never disrespect, because that's how I was raised. I would never disrespect my elders.
Thank you,
I will always give you your respect. But when it comes to my husband, is it my husband that's the issue or your parents? That's not my problem. I will always give you respect from the get-go. Even if you disrespect me, I will give you my respect. I'll let God handle you, honey.
Ooh, you don't want that.
So it is what it is. Like me, I'm good with my in-laws. We good, but it's just like if the script was flipped, like things were upside down, like to me, it wouldn't change anything. I would still be cordial, still be nice, and just be the hostess with the mostest. Like just be extra. Like it wouldn't do anything to me. Like it would be important for me to meet them. Like of course, like you said, know if there's some cuckoo in there, and there was no cuckoo, thank God. But like these things you need to know because of genetic in your kid.
Yeah.
But other than that, if the person just has an attitude or have a bad day,
you would just like set boundaries. Like I'm not sending my child if they were not getting along with you. It's like I'm not sending my child there. Or I see things that I don't like. Ou bien, on pa get fume at fet nan kay lan, and women are coming in and out. It's like, okay, my child's not going there. Let's say he had brothers that are like that. It's like my child
That's
not
important.
Going,
yeah,
my child's
like
not
if
going.
that was the but again, it goes back to your core values. What are your values together? Like if I have a brother that's smoking, pimping around, whatever he's doing, and then I have my husband and his background's not like that, and I have a son now. That's not a good example. Like you can't, your uncle could come see you, but you can't go over there. Like I don't know if there's some naked prostitute walking around. What's going on? Like that's where those boundaries come in. Like I'm not gonna shun you away from your family. That's still your blood. That's still your family. But for me to put you could come to my environment, but I'm not gonna put you.
I guess
in your
it's an
environment.
agreement in the boundaries. Like
Yeah.
as along both of us, both parents, my husband and I have an agreement. Like this auntie is trifling. I don't want my kids to be nowhere near her. We good to go. Because it's like, I feel like it's like if it's combative, like, oh, why you don't want
like my sister?
Why you don't want to like her? Well, that's how she is. Then it's like, okay, what's really going on? The boundaries not working.
That's why what you guys said in the beginning was important. Tanku, where is this marriage going?
Yeah.
But when in this marriage we stand for this. It's not even me fighting you. It's me fighting what we stand for. You know, we agreed on this for this marriage or for this relationship. Okay, sister's bad. This is not good for the relationship. Not you personally or me personally, but we're talking about something bigger than us now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna couple on boundaries. And what about in a relationship now, okay? Not family, not friends, but I'm married to you. What are we allowed to talk about in a relationship? Like, if I'm married, if I'm married, like, what can I say? Like,
What do you mean? Like, it's not so
when
black.
is it too much? When am I sharing too much?
Whatever's too much for you. Because
nothing is too much for me. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
I'm an open book.
I talk about everything. I realize, like, I have no filter.
It's a built-in
like,
best friend.
This pop filter is the only filter I got.
Yeah, this is the only filter. Like,
and it's like, and it's not mean because pas get reserve, like how Haitian would say, pas get rancune. You don't have, like, you know how they make marriage like sacred and you have to hide and make it pull up a front. I'm not about it. Like, what you see with me and Sammy is not a front. It's exactly how we are. And that's why when people I don't understand, those people are always happy because we are truly happy. And when we're not, it's not like I'm going to parade and be like, we mad, I'm about to kill him. But we address our issues differently. And even if we have disagreement, doesn't mean because I have no filter and I share everything that I have to make a macaque of myself out here. No. But I don't feel like, to me, I don't have boundaries. I share whatever could help anybody else because everybody will go through it. It's marriage. Like, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing old under the sun. Like, I don't even know why I'm making sense right now.
I understand what you mean. I understand.
Yeah, like, it's like, even with, I see people are afraid of talking about sex and marriage when it's actually the time to talk about it because
but think about it. If you're not talking to your spouse or your sexual partner, who are you talking sex to? Like,
no, but I'm talking about in general about it. Let's say I'm having a problem, I'm dry, and I'm calling my girlfriend Catherine. Catherine, I'm dry, honey. It's like,
Catherine might have the solution.
Right. So by you sharing that, you can be like, girl, me too, man. It's been 2 days. I've been dry too. Can we find a solution together? And
here's this little oil.
Here's that oil over there. No, I'm just playing. It's example, y'all. We're not saying nobody. We not dry over here, but anyway.
But make disclaimers.
But we have to. People can run with it, man.
Listen, let them
Then you see something in the P.O. box talking about lube and all that stuff.
Sponsorship. We're looking for sponsorship.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I wasn't always like that. I used to be like, Osami, whatever's happening in this house, this in this house. But it's after, like, when you encounter other relationship and other people, not anybody in particular, but when you walk
people
around,
who prove themselves that they're worth knowing these information,
right? And you see, when you see all those couples and you see those ones that are excelling, I'm not talking about putting a facade, and you see they have no filter, they have no boundaries because they're not insecure. Yeah. When you create boundaries, you may have like a boundary where you want to keep certain things private, which is okay.
Yeah.
But when you you boasting about, like, let's say your sex life and you talking about your wife is this and that, but she's not really feeling, because you're not talking about it with your spouse. I feel like that's when
you're not in agreement with your spouse first, and then you run in
agreement. You're not even in agreement in pleasure. What are you in agreement with?
Come on, man!
Look at her face.
What are you agreeing with?
Sex, Amanda's all woke.
No, but like, for real, like, if you're even in pleasure, you cannot agree. What can you agree on?
Wait. Right. Hold on, we getting there. Hold on now. You're going too fast. We're going too fast. We're in boundaries, right? But I feel like to me, there's no such thing. And I feel like and I do get it, some people might feel like, oh, I can't talk about it because they might feel a guilt or shame or pulling this facade with the perfect. There's no such thing as perfect couple. And I'm saying that there's no such thing. It's whatever that works for you that makes it perfect. And Sammy always told me that whatever works for us, that's our perfect. Let's create our perfect.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
My perfect may be Samantha's delusional. Like, that's crazy. Like, it doesn't work. But it works for me.
Yeah.
And it works, whatever works for her and her man and your man or whatever. So it's just like, at the end of the day, there's no disclosure, and have people that you feel safe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we always feel like, oh, what are people gonna think? Like, oh, if I did one like that woman last week, and feel like they're judgmental.
Yeah.
But I feel like, honestly, it's, again, I'm going back to the motherhood thing because I just went through it. I wish a lot of people would have told me certain things. Like, nobody tells you might tear or...
Did I not tell you? I told you that's my twin.
It's like, nobody tells you stuff like that. Like, you won't be able to laugh or cough after you give a child if you have a tear. Like, it's that real. Or you see people bounce back. It's not that black and white, people. Like, I feel like if we were to have more conversation about regular stuff, things will be easier on us. I feel like we make things so difficult for no reason. Like,
and I feel like it's a lot more pressure. Because you know how they say, they always show in church the end goal is marriage. get married. Then when you get married, stay married. Because if you don't, then you're like cast away.
Yeah.
So it's like there's constant pressure, and then you're stuffed by yourself because you can't talk about it. Like I'm struggling.
You probably thinking I'm the only one going through this because the way that everybody's talking about it, they probably got to figure it out.
Because I don't have anything figured out, but it's by us having conversation. And sometimes it's like, sometimes I feel weird because I'm like, maybe I'm talking too much. Maybe I'm putting too much stuff out there. But then again, I'm like, Sammy's like, there's no such thing. Every day you learn new things.
Yeah.
People. And even if you were wrong, you can admit that you were wrong and you turn the page.
But that's another agreement. Be accountable for your action. You agree that you're wrong. Some people don't agree that they're wrong. It's like they're walking around be like, yo, I'm always good. I'm always right. Like, no, you have to agree that, hey, I did you wrong. Like, let me apologize. You got to agree on that too.
Yeah.
Some people don't agree that they're ever wrong, and that's terrible.
So what you're trying to tell me is there's no such thing as when am I sharing too much. It's just is it an agreement with the person I'm with?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that person, like, let's say if somebody said, Samantha, like, let's say Samantha told me something, and I go to her man and like, oh, Samantha, and he's shocked, like, oh, whoa, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's against boundary, because he wouldn't think that you would ever say something. It's just, it feels like, I feel like, okay, let's put it like that for people to understand. If it's like a secret that it's between you, keep it between you.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's common knowledge, it could be shared. But
if the person you're with
if that
agrees.
person agrees,
yeah.
it always
At the
comes
end of the
down.
day,
If
the
y'all both
agreement-
agree,
yeah, the agreement starts from the base. Then you could go ahead and share to the world,
but
whatever.
if you feel like, oh my gosh,
I'm gonna have a lot of problem with that person though, because we should be able to imagine I'm with the person that's like quiet or personal or private. We can have a problem.
But then again, you
How you
gotta
feel-
agree to be with him.
Yeah. But what if everything else is good? That's the only thing.
you gonna have to work. And
That's
then
where the
again,
compromise comes.
Compromise.
ooh, we gonna get to that conversation.
But yeah, like there's certain things like I feel like you have to talk about. Have to talk about
I think like
When
when
you're
you're
so scared to talk to people.
yeah, like
why?
the dating is not for flowers. I don't give a damn about flowers and chocolate. Why?
No,
I'm a
nah,
nah.
dude.
No,
I'm a
that's
nah.
important. No, when I
Here
was
I
dating,
am.
actually, when I was dating, I did not care. I used to be on the phone, and I was like, "Tu fais ça toujours au téléphone?" And who am I talking to, Sammy? It's like we never got enough to knowing each other. Even when you're married, you talk every day. You live next to the person. You get to know them every single day because the person is evolving.
Yeah.
You're evolving also.
Even if you're not doing anything, you're
Even if
still
you're
evolving.
not doing anything
Evolving
right,
nothing.
you're mine. But even like everything, you're exposed to different people and different objects. So that kind of reroute the way you think or the way you thought of something. So it's just like that person you have to constantly learn. And it's like we're already two different people. And let's say you're not talking. You living, let's say kids, like 10 years from now, me and Sammy got 5-10 kids, okay? 10 kids. I don't want to try. But like, we have a whole bunch of kids and we focus only on the kids. You don't talk. Then the kids all off college, okay? They're all smart because they got my genes. But it's like,
Don't come for my brother now.
no, he's smart. But it's just like, you know that, and then me and Sammy looking at, who I married? Who that? Was that my sperm donor? Like, why? We don't know each other. I feel like constantly talk. And even in marriage, when you're married, have date night, talk.
So you could see, so we could see what is it that we agree on. Some things by talking, you realize, oh, he doesn't like that, or he never agreed on that.
He did like that, but he don't like it no
anymore.
more.
What I thought was okay is not okay today. So, and when we talk about sex, which is something that people really need to be agreeing on, we'll probably talk about it in the next episode. but how important you guys think it is to agree on sex?
What do you mean, sex in general?
In general.
1000%, you gotta agree on that.
What
1 billion
exactly are we agreeing on?
We gotta
Like
agree
talking about it, or
You gotta have
talking
a safe
about it,
word.
sex position. We gotta talk about what you like, what you don't like. What is a no-go ever.
Not
Not
even
even
really-
last resort.
You're not exploring
Like
that.
there's a bomb
idea.
and your poom poom gotta explore. You ain't got that no more. And then you know trying to explore.
No. You have to have those type of conversations. Like, I don't know how much I can stress this. Like, I feel like people might think, oh, what to talk, like I'm a sex addict or something. No. But I'm just so passionate about it because we're not talking about it. And it's time for y'all to sex the wake up or whatever.
You said sex the wake up. Like, what the sex? So what the sex?
We need to have a segment, like every week I'm going to bash sex to y'all because I feel like people are asleep.
I don't think it's about sex only or something.
No, but
I think it's like we need to have a next segment, the power of conversation. Have a conversation, people. Like talk. Like it's I don't know. I don't know how to stress this. You gotta talk. For you to advance, you gotta talk. You can't be miming. You can't be doing nothing. You gotta talk. Like
even to have sex and to go, what you just silent. Like what's going on?
In anything, not just sex.
Laying like you over there talking about I don't cook, I don't clean, but you laying like a log. Like that's not working, man. But then again,
that's the agreement. If that's what the man agreed now, that's what he agrees on. But that's
mercy.
Do what floats your
boat. Talk
boat.
About it. Make sure you're in agreement of that.
Yeah, so that's really important. Like we said, things that are important: your values, your faith, your boundaries,
your finances,
and sex.
And your sex life.
Before you get married, or if you're not even getting married, you don't have to. Just make sure whoever you're doing life with, you agree to these things. Even if it's a short-term boyfriend,
even
make
if it's
sure
2
you
days.
agree. Yeah, make sure you
to
agree
the
on
mission.
these things. Yeah,
like I think in the sermon they was talking about mission statements.
Oh,
like
praise God.
You gotta have like any business. They always have a vision, always a mission statement. Same goes for your family, your friendship. You gotta know where we heading. What's the boat? Like, are we
what's
getting
the point?
Yeah,
why
like,
are we
what
here?
are we doing?
Why
What
did we get
for?
together?
Why are we friends? Just to be friends. That's not enough.
Amanda, why are we friends?
Oh shit! Like you gotta know, like it's not. People think it's always like, oh, all these things is for a relationship, but it's every type
and
of relationship.
Touches everything.
Every
Just have
aspect.
an intimate relationship.
Yeah, because it's even it could trickle down to even your kids. You can have
What
an
do we
agreement
stand
with your
for?
kids.
Yeah.
Like, oh, mommy, I did this. We agree that you're not doing this. Like, like you have to instill that in them. Like, you know what? As a family, this is how we move. We're not about that life.
This
like,
family
and
stands
I
for this.
I love that you said that because this family, because even like Catherine said, and both of y'all said it, it's like it affects every aspect of your life. You may say my family stands for this, but you're a friend with somebody that don't have the same values. They go over that house and you've become Messiah, So I feel like that you have to be careful with everything. Like it touches every aspect, even in friendship. Make sure that everything is clear, not in limbo. Like, oh, we're just friends because we like to sip on martinis or
But
whatever.
y'all never heard like when you're in church or whatever around Haitian parents, they'd be like, oh, qui mon qui parent? They always want to find out who's your parents, and they'd be like, oh, Lucinda. Oh, bon mon oui. Okay, like it's like a goal. You can hang out with them.
Yeah.
Had Lucinda be a bad person, you couldn't hang out with nobody.
Yeah.
Catherine would be
It's
sure.
just like,
Yeah.
it's like that power of agreement. Like, okay, they're good people. They have the same values in a sense. They're always asking you your last name on Bakone. Or like, and when they say your Bakone, they're looking at you in the side eye like,
Be careful.
Let me see what they're about to do. Like, it's weird, but
It's funny because even when I was dating Sammy, my aunt all the way in Florida,
Lord.
Bouillonville. Like, but the dude's from like Akayan, Ansh, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's talking about that stuff. But it's just to show you that your name is powerful too. So be
Yeah.
careful what you do.
Okay, so as a what does your family stand for, if I may ask?
My family stands for
Love?
love. No, but like I want like this is the goal that Sammy and I have. Wherever we walk, that we transpire God's love. Like our family, when you look at us, this is the union that God created. Maybe it might sound like a fairy tale, but
That's what you guys.
Yeah, my mission, our mission is to impact people with love. Like when they see us, wow, oh, I would love to have that.
Do you have a mission statement for a family, or
Actually,
you haven't agreed with your mans on that yet?
No, like we have actually right before we got married. My father-in-law sat us down and told us what our mission statement was going to be. It it was interesting to see because he was like saying where he brought up his kid, their foundation was charité, like love, like what's that other word he said? I forgot some of them, but it was like 5 things.
Fell
like
in the class
no,
now.
like it was like faith, charity, love, and I think yeah, like generosity. Like he was really big on that, and then he was like family. Like family is important. These 5 things. Like he's like, I know that my son wants you to come into the family, but you need to understand this is how we roll. Like it was the first. We sat there for 5 hours. He kept like saying like this is what he went point by point. That man had a PowerPoint and everything, but it was important. And at that point, I was like, I knew what I was getting myself into. It's like, you know what, this family is serious, and I cannot come in
And did
do
you
it
agree
like,
with it?
I did because obviously
you got married.
I got married, but I could have been like, nah, man. We talked because we had a conversation with his father, and then we had our own conversation. We talked about it, like what's important to us as a family, because your parents can give you all you want, but you decide with your spouse what's really going to happen under that roof.
Yeah.
So we talked about it, and we agree on some things, and we're like, you know what? What is when they say Ignatius? What do you want people to see when we step out and when our kids come out? Like people talk about our kids. What do you want them to say? And we said this is our values. We want people to know that we love other people, no matter who you are. We're gonna love on you. Gonna respect you. Respect was a big thing. We gotta respect people, and a lot of other things. But
I understand.
like we had like
and
those
then
points.
do you guys feel like it makes things easier when you're arguing, because it's like it's not me against Sammy. It's Sammy. This is not. We're not agreeing to the love. We're not showing God's love with that. You know, you could always
you
refer
yelling at me is not.
You
could always redirect. Yeah,
you always could redirect the person to remember love.
Here's a focal point here.
Yeah, this is the focal point. We might not agree, but we agreed on this, and then this right now is not this. So let's get to a point where we could agree on this, and I think it makes things very easy.
Yeah.
And I encourage everybody to have statements or somewhere they're going with their peoples. And y'all have anything else to add? I thank you for coming here.
Thank you, y'all.
leaving
Y'all
your
know I'm
baby.
the biggest fan, y'all.
And don't let Nasha hear you now.
Let me wait. Hold on before we end. Do y'all read your Bibles?
Eh?
Do y'all read your Bibles?
Yes. Why?
So
we're in
by
the devotional room.
coincidence, well, I don't believe in coincidence. The Lord speak.
Okay.
Verse of the day is John 3 verse 1 and 2, and it talks about I can't translate.
Okay, say it in
Ok,
French.
bien-aimé, je souhaite que tu prospères à tous égards et sois en bonne santé, comme prospère l'état de ton âme. Alléluia. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Mandy, and thanks, Samantha, for coming. I know you have a baby and all. You're probably missing him right now, but you came and you sat with us. We talked about
Well, you know what?
agreement.
It's that free time, honey. It's that free time.
Nah, my
he
baby's not a
agreed
hard baby, so I ain't got no free time. It's cool. It's not like I don't have that separation anxiety though. I don't have that. It's like, oh my gosh,
He's like, take him away from me.
No, not even that. Like he's a good baby. Like he knows his mom. Like he could be with Monty. Amanda's Monty, mom, auntie, whatever. But he could be with Monty all day. But as soon as he hear my step, he even knows my step.
Yeah.
He's like.
Where's
You can't
mommy?
fool like he's like, even though Amanda's identical, he knows his mom. So it's not. It
He
doesn't
smile
make
at me, but when he need that titty, honey.
yeah, come on.
he almost tried to suck a bob, but I was like, that's not the right titty. Go ahead,
But
man.
yeah,
But
like-
thank you for coming, sis.
Thank you. I hope.
Finally.
Oh, this is shade, no shade. This was the first invite. Okay.
Honestly, I was scared of inviting you. I was
Why?
afraid. I don't know, man.
You're just weird, man.
Anyways, I was thirsty. Thank you guys for the constant support and watching us and all. And on that note, this has been
What the Talk? Cut.
or what the agreement. Okay. If you like what you just saw, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to smash the like button.